Oh, hello. Welcome to what is it again? Puerto Rican flower stories. Puerto Rican flower stories. Welcome. This week on the episode, you'll learn why Eric is the way he is, and it's very heart tugging at your strings and your heart. So you youngsters, pay attention now. Can I go now? I don't want to be here.
Hey everybody, how is it going? I am Eric. This is Eric and Horror Stories. You might be wondering what was up with that old lady intro I did at the beginning. Well, I don't judge how you dress on the weekends. No, actually, it pertains to what I'm talking about today, and it's because it's about a mask. It's about my mom, and I may get emotional today because I am talking about my mom, and it may make me tear up, which I think is totally fine. It's cool to have emotion. I am not a robot, and if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to edit it out or anything else. So, just to get right into all this, I am a huge Halloween mask fan, regular mask fan, whatever. Is every mask a Halloween mask? I guess not. To me, they are. To me, every day is Halloween. Everything's Halloween. That toothbrush is Halloween, So, but masks, I am crazy about them. They are everywhere. If you've been over to my house, then you've seen a bunch of masks. My basement, where my photography studio and all that is, has a whole wall of nothing but masks that are hanging on these things I put up on the wall. And there were so many of those on there that the thing fell off one time from weight of the masks. So there's now a selection of my favorite masks on there. And then there are masks in storage bins. There are masks on styro heads in a display case. There's a mask over here. There's a mask on the kitchen table, no lie. Here a mask, there a mask, everywhere mask, mask. Eric has too many masks. Something's wrong with him. Yes, I love masks. My cat is in here being a maniac now. Stop! Why are you doing this? Jeez Louise. Alright, so the old man mask. I had an old woman mask on because my mom had this old man mask, and she had it because my parents in 1977 went to this Halloween party as a older gender swapped couple, my dad being old woman and my mom being old man. And I'll show you a picture of that now. This is a cat here. This is a picture there. There they are. My mom's had this old man mask forever. She continued to have it. I don't know what happened to the old woman mask. Dissolved in time, I guess. I don't have the slightest idea, but my mom wasn't even a big Halloween person. She was not a mask person. She wasn't into any of the stuff I'm into, even though she put up with it. Goodness, did she put up with it. There's so many stories. You'll hear about her a bunch on this series about stuff. But she was an enabler for sure. She loved me, and anything I was into, she was cool with. But she had this mask. She had this mask, and she loved it. And it was funny. Every once in a while, she'd walk in the room, have this mask on. She would occasionally try to scare people wearing the mask, which was crazy because it wasn't in her character really to do something like that. And she went trick-or-treating a couple times with my daughter and her half-sister wearing the mask, and she found this brown robe that she would wear. It was like she was a witch. She was playing more like a Snow White kind of witch, and she had an apple. You want an apple? You want an apple, little child? She liked doing that. So I think it was all good memories for her, and I always have good memories of her in the mask too. It was always fun. So 5 years ago, she hadn't been feeling very well, and she went to the doctor and discovered she had stage 4 cancer, which of course is pretty much a death sentence. They tried to give her some kind of treatment to give her a little bit longer life and a little bit more quality. It only went okay for a little while, and then it went pretty badly just a few months later. So when it really started going bad, we knew she wasn't going to be here that much longer, and she started giving me things. When I'd go see her, she'd be like, hey, I want you to have this. I want you to have this. It was usually pretty meaningful stuff. I want you to go ahead and take this. I don't want it to wait until after I'm gone and then try to be figured out who I wanted this to go to. And one day she had all this stuff, and she had the mask with her. And she gives me all the other stuff. And then when she comes to the mask, I don't know, she had this really strange look on her face. And I could tell that she didn't want to give it to me, even though she was never going to be able to do anything with this mask again. But I think it just reminded her of time in her life she really loved. It reminded her of stuff with my daughter. It reminded her of stuff with me. And she just looked so sad. And so I said, listen, just keep the mask. You know, anything right now that gives you the least bit of happiness, I want you to keep. I don't know what you're going to do with this. You're going to have it sitting around next to you, whatever. I don't care. Keep it. I don't want it. I'm not taking the mask. So I took everything else you wanted me to have, but I left the mask with her. And that was the last time I saw it while she was alive. And finally she did pass, unfortunately. And a couple weeks after that, I was up at her house and to get stuff, you know, to take that to just bring home with me. And I knew all along while I was getting this stuff, I have to find that mask. I don't know where it is. I don't know what she did with it. It wasn't anywhere obvious like I was hoping it was. So I was having to dig around for it. And I went through like everything in that damn house looking for this mask. I was like a crazy person. What are you looking for? Family heirloom? It's a mask. I gotta have this mask. So it's this back closet in this guest room. I was like, it has to be in here. It's not anywhere else. I'm digging through this closet, and first of all, I find somebody's ashes. Somebody's ashes in a bag. It's labeled. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Why is this in this closet? And I'm like, I'm just going to pretend like I never saw this. I didn't really know this person. And put those ashes back. They're probably still in there. Probably a whole story there I don't want to know. Anyway, I find those ashes, and I'm like, I'm looking on the other side of the closet. I don't know what the hell's going to be over here. But the mask was over there. The mask was wrapped up in the robe, and it was under some sheets and stuff. Now, how my mom got it in there, because I know she's the one that put it in there, I don't know. She wasn't even really able to walk around good and stuff. She squirreled that sucker away in these sheets. So I got the mask, and now I have it here. And when I was little, I mean, I put that mask on a bunch. I did all kinds of crazy shit with that mask on. I love the mask too, especially my mom loved it, and it was a mask. But I have not had that on in a long time. I have not put it on since my mom had it on last. She is the last person who wore it. She will always be the last person who wore it. I have taken it. I have preserved it here with the robe. And there's this picture I found of her and this Richard Nixon guy. And I don't even know who that is. I don't know what this is from or who that is. I know nothing about that picture. So I thought it was crazy. I put that in there. I need to put the other picture in there, honestly, with that one too. So I'm going to do that. But that is my mom's masks. It is still masks. That is my mom's mask. It is still her mask. I have possession of it right now, but it is hers. And I take care of it here. It is a very special and treasured thing for me. And it's one of those situations where, you know, if your house caught on fire, what are the few things you would rescue? And while, I mean, that's not going to be the top one or two things I would take out of here, but it certainly would be way up on the list of things I would want to save. It's a little piece of her. Kind of the one of the few things we shared in the craziness that I love personally. And so it's very special to me. It is always going to be a treasured item in my house and in my heart. And one day, maybe my daughter will take it. I don't know. Maybe this mask will make it through time in 300-400 years from now. Like, I don't know whose mask this was, but it was cool. Maybe they can throw the love in it. I love the mask. I love my mom. I love all you guys for watching me talk about her and this. You'll hear a lot more stories about that kind of stuff. Probably won't be as serious next week with things. We'll get back to more random craziness. I think I know what we're doing next week. I'm going to tell the story of one of the more fun photography shoots I ever did. Going to do a story about that, and it's actually a pretty cool story. So I thank you for joining me this week. It was very special for me to talk about. This is one of the topics I knew that I wanted to talk about when I decided to start doing these episodes. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hey everybody, I screwed up literally on the second word. That's gonna be a long one. Really, it ties in. This week is, as I've said, a very special episode. In fact, I am a Tadmath. Can't get out of this. I have to stop.